Good morning, everybody. I'm going to be playing some audio. Okay. At 12 o'clock, I have another premiere scheduled. And like I told you guys, these streams are pretty long. Okay. I'm going to show you some text messages this morning, or some back chat messages, and that should bring into context the audio that you're going to hear. But one of the things that I want you to keep in mind is that as she's saying these things about Bayou, the one who she attempted to borrow the money off of, I want you to think about the fact that these initially, right, it was Bayou that exposed the fact that Nylah had come to her and attempted to borrow over $8,000. Good morning, Tracy. However, when it was time for them to join forces against me, to try to destroy me and destroy my platform and my reputation, everything that they had went through, they had put that aside. So I'm going to let you hear the audio of what the situation was at that time. Because what happens is these people come back and they rewrite history. When they go off on their little clout chasing mission and it doesn't work the way that they anticipated working, right? Everybody has a change of heart. The reason why I'm going to play the audio between me and Nylah is that I don't have any regrets about recording this bitch. And the reason why I don't have any regrets about recording her is because at the time that I recorded her, she had lied to me for months. Everything that came out of this broad's mouth, including within 24 hours before that recording, was a fucking lie. It was proven to be a lie. So when I play the audio recording and show you the text messages, it'll bring everything into context. The other thing is to show that at the end of the day, while she was up there online talking the shit that she was talking, everything about that loan had not come out yet. Everything about her homelessness had not come out yet. That came out almost a year after the fact. Nobody knew about that. Her denials of having cosmetic surgery, nobody knew about that. All of that came out a year after the fact. So when you hear this first recording from this particular live stream, I want you to keep in mind that the person that she's talking about is a person that she went to and asked for over $8,000. Like I said, it was either one or two things. First and foremost, what Bayou Bunny told everybody about the loan when she first did her YouTube tour, telling people that Nylah Says attempted to scam her out of over $8,000. She told us initially that she never got the money. She told us that her bank manager suspected something was awry and canceled the transaction. On April the 1st, she came out and said that she actually showed a receipt that proved definitively that she had not shown prior to that she did in fact get the loan. She got the loan. She just didn't give it to Nylah. But one of the things that came out was that it was Nylah who sent her to the place to borrow the money. It was Nylah who offered to create the documents that she got advice from on what to put on the application to qualify for the loan. So as you hear this live stream, and she's talking about her credit, she's talking about the finance charges, I'm going to show you the document, 2 documents, where she actually signed a contract, or she actually wrote up a contract between her and one of her moderators to borrow $8,000 and agreed to pay all the interest charges. What happened was Bayou actually did successfully get the loan, and when she got the loan, she pocketed the money. I always thought it was very ballsy of a person to ask for interest on a loan that they never got, but nonetheless, you're messaging, basically you're sending this motherfucker messages asking for the interest charges. Well, why are you asking her for the interest charges for a loan that you never got? That debunks the story, the original story, which was that the bank manager was able to discern that something was awry and put a halt to the transaction. Well, both things didn't happen. And based on the receipt that she showed after April the 1st, you did in fact receive the loan. That's not something that people were privy to as she went around on YouTube collecting cash apps, getting the support of other content creators about the fact that Nylah Says had preyed on her for money under the pretense that she needed for a life-changing surgery. The surgery that she told Bayou that she needed was for sarcoidosis. JV Dessalines, being her surgery sister, basically said that that was unlikely because if she had sarcoidosis, they would not have done the surgery. When she lived in Mexico, one of the things that the Cast Life said was that she had never gone to the doctor. Well, how is it that a person that has this chronic illness, something as serious as sarcoidosis, which is what Bernie Mac died from, how is it that you're able to live in a house with somebody that's a smoker and you don't have any medication, you're not taking any medication, you don't have a physician? That video of Taz jumping up and down on the couch like a goddamn fool, with Nylah cackling like a fucking wild hyena dog in the background, is at Cass's apartment in Mexico. So I don't care how she goes about bashing and trashing her now. The fact of the matter is that they were allowed to live with Cass while their apartment was ready. That they got as word of mouth. Cass was the one who set everything up with the landlord in Mexico for them to get the apartment. She was the one that had been in Mexico that had a rapport with the landlord. The security deposit, handling for the car that Cass gave when she purchased the car from Taz or attempted to buy the car from Taz, that's what was used. It's not like Nylah said, here's a security deposit, give this to the landlord in Mexico. No, there was a legal contract that they all signed that stated that the deposit for the vehicle, the down payment that Cass paid Taz for the vehicle, a part of it would go to the landlord for the security deposit. That's why the security deposit was paid before they got to Mexico. When Cass came to pick up the car from Chicago, she incurred expenses as a result of coming to get the car. And they have yet to accept service, the audacity to go and report on Brother Polite in the fucking courthouse when they're ducking and dodging service of a civil suit, a $10,000 lawsuit that they've known about for over a year. That's all public record. They have yet to accept service for Cass's lawsuit. Their former moderator, the woman's house that they were living in at the time that Taz was doing those videos attacking men in the manosphere, attacking Kendra D. So nobody's putting out information about these people that they just pulled out of their asses. These are just the facts. But I want you to listen to the correlation between what she says about Bayou and what she's going around and said about me for the last year. It's the same script, different cast. It's the same script. That people want to be her, that people are jealous of her, that people are jealous of her platform, which is why I'm going to release the audio recording and allow you all to discern whether or not I was preying on her or whether or not I realized that she was in a really fucked up position. She was being exposed on the platform, and I did the best that I could to try to help her out of that situation. And I tried to advise her how to go about basically dealing with all of the shit that had come out. And what you will hear is her continue to lie about things that were eventually disproven. She's continuing to lie. As I'm trying to help the bitch, she's still lying. She's still withholding information. She's still not being honest, but expecting me to still come out and windmill for her, despite the fact that I'm catching her in lie after lie after lie after lie. And here's the other thing. When it came to Uppity Unicorn's nudes, she never denied that she did that. When I confronted her about that, she never fucking denied that she did it. I confronted her about it in the conversation that was recorded. I confronted her about it in text messages. She denied it. I'm sorry, she never denied it, which led me to believe that she did do it. If somebody accused me of putting a woman's nude photographs on Instagram and giving males on the platform access to go and see the woman's nude photographs, if somebody accused me of doing something like that, I'm going to deny it if I didn't do it. Okay. So let me start. The other thing is, if you go to my Nubian Narcissist Nemesis channel, that thumbnail where Nylah is saying, I want this nigga dead. If you don't think that having another fucking YouTuber killed is serious enough, if you don't think that's a sign of a personality disordered individual, that because somebody exposes that they are a fraud, they want the person killed, if you don't think that's far enough, I don't know what to say. She wanted Suge killed. I'm not just telling you that. The thumbnail on the Nubian Narcissist Nemesis channel shows her saying, I want this nigga dead. If you don't think that that's too far to go in order to keep up a fucking YouTube persona, then she's not the only one with a fucking personality disorder. And that's just the fact of the matter. Is that something that I just exposed? Is there something that I just exposed? No, these people have seen the fucking receipts. And I would be side-eyeing anybody that openly supported her after the way this bitch has been exposed. That says one or two things, or it tells me one or two things about those individuals. Either they are just as dirty as she is, or they believe that adamantly that there's something to be gained by associating with her. I'm also going to show the Cash App fucking receipts. The entire time I've known, people thought I was getting paid. No, I was not getting paid. I believe she was a fucking victim of cyber stalking and fucking harassment. And because her bitch of a man wasn't doing a goddamn thing to help her, I believed it was my obligation to stand with her and to support her. Because nobody else was. The people that were supporting her was far and few in between. So I was out here going up against niggas for this bitch. While her man, like the pussy and the domestic batterer that he is, ran around YouTube attacking fucking women. He's over there attacking Jessica X. While people, both men and women, are attacking and exposing his so-called wife on YouTube. So if you think these people give a, that's the reason why I said I'm not going through, it's not a matter of me avoiding smoke. I'm not going through the bullshit all over again. I've already exposed that. I'm not going to go through that process every time new people start coming around. If they want the damn truth, let them look for the goddamn truth, because the receipts are still the fuck there. How is it that they know how to dox a person's entire fucking family? Find out where people work. Find out where people live. Find out who people are married to. Find out who people are in a relationship with. But when it comes to the truth about a bitch being a scammer, even though the receipts are right out there, when it comes to a nigga being charged 8 times with domestic violence, and the receipts are out there, and you still got people doing what? Expecting you to continuously come up here and go back and forth? No, I'm not doing that. It's make them show those motherfucking receipts Monday. Stop allowing people to come play in your motherfucking face and insult your intelligence and play on your empathy, play on your sympathy. I seen a text message this morning of this bitch telling me, as she gave me the copy to her insurance to prove that she actually did live at that address at one time, although she didn't currently live there. She claims that she had 4 rental properties on this particular street. If she had 4 rental properties, the question would be, why is this woman going to payday loan companies to take out loans? Why is she needing to borrow $8,000 from one of her moderators? Whether she was in on the scam or not is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, there's not a single moderator that I have that can ever tell you I ever went to them and asked them for anything monetary. That is predatory. Okay? It's very predatory. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this audio. I'm going to start it. This is about 28 minutes in. I'm going to start it from this minute mark, and then I'm going to take it back. Just to show you all where I'm taking it from. Okay? This isn't anything that's spliced together. Okay. This is a full live stream. Okay. And where Nylah is mocking suicide. Bayou's brother committed suicide. And that was one of the ways that Nylah dragged her. That was one of the ways that Taz dragged her, by mocking her brother's suicide. So I want you to see, and at the end of the day, a lot of these people that you see coming around in these spaces like I Am Pretty Damn Gangster, the fact that these people started appearing in Clyde Diva chat at the same time, the fact that these people started appearing in the beef sector in certain chat rooms at the same time was no coincidence. Okay. I'm not just telling you, that's where I'm actually, that's live I'm going to be playing. And nobody's telling you that this bitch attempted to borrow over $8,000 from her moderator. I'm showing you the fucking receipts of her doing that. Okay. That's the receipt that China White obtained from off of the Discord. Okay. All right. These are the receipts that was on Discord. This is the contract that was written up between Bayou Bunny and Nylah Says, asking for over $8,000. Okay. Nobody's making anything up. Okay. This is the notice. The only thing that's been obscured is Bayou's address. Okay. There was another ex-moderator of Nylah's that's an attorney. Her name is Carib. She gave Bayou advice on how to write the agreement, because Bayou told other people about the loan. So Carib advised her on how to basically structure the wording of the loan agreement. And she admitted that on my platform. Very rarely, very occasionally, you will see her come into my chat room. Okay, she had a baby. She got married and she had a baby. So she isn't even on YouTube like that anymore. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to go through. Okay. This is another shot of the actual loan agreement that was revised, because after I guess basically after Bayou talked to Carib about the loan. Okay. These are the properties that Nylah was alleging were her rental properties. Okay. As you can see, this is Discord. These are the receipts that China White obtained from Angry Man's Discord at the time that China White was a moderator there. I didn't have to give the receipts to Nylah. China gave the receipts to me. When I realized what was on the Discord, I in turn gave the receipts to Nylah. Okay. And you can see the other content creators that were on the Discord. This is the actual loan agreement. Well, this is a part, this is the revision of the loan agreement. So as you can see, this loan, it was written up on February, I'm sorry, on May the 7th, where I just showed you last night, where she had just gone into a payday loan company and borrowed thousands of dollars the month before. So if she had just borrowed thousands of dollars from a payday loan company, why would she need to borrow money from her? Why would she need to borrow money from her moderator? $8,000. Why would she need to do that? Now, Joe is right in the chat. Joe has known them for over 8 years. When Joe initially met Nylah on Facebook, he was under the impression that Nylah was a military wife. And being a vet himself, he supported her under that pretense. This is what a lot of people believed about Nylah. They didn't know anything about Nylah and Taz's relationship. Certain people knew about it. But just like certain people knew about it, that information was withheld from other people. Certainly the women that were sending Taz their nudes didn't know that him and Nylah was in a relationship. One of those people being misunderstood, aka Miss Nicole Diaz. Okay. So again, this is not some doctored up receipt. And you're seeing in real time. You're basically seeing the receipt. It is. Nothing about the receipt has been edited. Okay. Hold on a second. I got a lot of windows open. Okay. She may deny that she was actually, in fact, stalking Cass, which would be just that lie, because she was. And she doxed she doxed Cass to me. And at that time, first of all, hold on, let me show you this mess. Let me show you this. This is the guys. When I told you that my initial alliance with her was to expose people that basically to expose people that were doxing. Okay, not to start engaging in fucking doxing. I'm going to show you. Wait a minute, I gotta get these screen. Give me one, y'all. Let me get these screenshots organized here a little bit. Out some of this other stuff. Now, she may lie, but I want to ask her, is that or is that not her? Underneath of this, she's doxing Suge's moderator that used to be one of her moderators by the name of K Archie. Okay. So, no, I was not a fucking doxer. Okay. Now, that's not you under there. See, the thing that's missing is me soliciting K Archie's information from you. That's you doxing K Archie, aka Lady Plants a Lot, who used to be your supporter. Okay. But became a supporter of Suge. The only information that I ever asked Nylah for was for Suge's legal name. Nobody else's. A lot of times these people assumed that it was looking up this shit, and so at the same time that you're coming out here talking about the fact that your family is being stalked and harassed and this, that, and all the other, you weren't sending me pictures of Suge and his children. See, that's from you. You weren't sending me pictures of his family. While she was up here publicly talking about the fact that her family was being fucked with. The fact of the matter is she was behind the scenes doing the same thing, but coming out here with her crocodile tears and pretending to be a fucking victim. And because I was doing the doxing from my platform, I took the heat for it to protect her reputation and her platform. These are your community activists. These are the people that are so concerned about children. I was sent information. Again, if you go look at the thumbnail, what context do you think his information was being provided to me? Do you think it was innocent? Or just to embarrass him? Do you really believe that there was no nefarious intent in what was going on? If you believe that, then that explains the reason why these individuals are able to come and repeatedly prey on Black people. Because even when they're presented with the truth, even when they're presented with the facts, they refuse to accept what's right there in front of their face, which is the truth. That's the truth. Not this person that's running around on this tour presenting herself as a fucking victim of some stalking, of somebody being jealous and envious of her platform. Do you realize that I risk my fucking freedom in order to protect her and her platform? And I did that up until the time it became evident this bitch ain't got my back. And if I end up in jail today or tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to depend on this bitch to help me with any of my fucking legal expenses, anything that has to do with bond, bail, or any fucking thing. And then she's doxing people without rhyme or reason. Just because you don't like them. Or just because you saw them in somebody's chat room. And I'm sorry, that's not a justifiable reason to me to dox somebody. This is her doxing Cass months before I ever had a conversation. And this is just proof of the way that she stalks people online. Okay. And while she puts on a public persona of that she's unbothered, this is actually what she's doing. Okay. This is the Cass Life. This is a picture from the Cass Life's Instagram. As you can see, this is Nyla's account. She screenshot and sent this to me. And at the time, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, because she sent me so much shit. At the time, I didn't even pay attention to what it was. Did I know it was Cass? Yes. But I also know at the end of the day, Cass is a native Philadelphian, and just like Obsidian is. Okay. She also Obsidian. She also doxed. Moderators, do me a favor. Don't the trolling in the chat. Beautiful soul. Somebody who has a wrench. Good morning, Reed. Good morning, Wave Principal. I'm not in a very playful mood this morning. And I don't take kindly to grown ass men and women coming into accounts that are unknown to the content creator and playing a bunch of fucking mind games. I'm not in the mood. Go somewhere and grow the fuck up. That's shit that I expect teenagers to do, not grown ass women in their 30s, 40s, and fucking 50s. Do you see anything that's unfolding that's a joke? Do you think any of this is funny? Because I don't. That's the reason why Black people are where they are on period. Because everything is about a game, and everything is about shucking and jiving and fucking entertainment. These are documents between Nylah and the landlord doing the partial. Okay. This is Nylah doxing Cass. I did not know Cass's government name. The Cass Life is the one who has the $10,000 lawsuit pending against Nylah. Okay. She has yet to accept service for. Okay. And like I said, at the time, because she was sending me so much shit. Okay. That's the landlord in Mexico. She was sending me receipts of her telling the landlord that she was going to send him his money. However, the receipts that I got from Cass, where Cass was in direct communication with the landlord, where the landlord is saying he has not received a cent from her, that she was telling him she was going to send him money, but never did. And she was lying to me, saying that he was looking under some other. It was just a bunch of just everything. The broad lies about everything. She lies about shit she don't even have to lie about. This is her cyber stalking. This is what this broad does. Okay. And what she did was send me all of these payments to Cass without telling me why she was sending payments to Cass. She was sending payments to Cass because this certified personal accountant didn't have a credit card or a debit card that she could use in Mexico, because the only cards that she had were prepaid debit cards. And that actually was the reason that the agency that Bayou went into to get the loan, that's the reason why they rejected putting it in Nyla's account, because it was a prepaid debit card. They in turn got in contact with Bayou, and Bayou had put the money in her account. Donation from everybody initially. Okay. But you can clearly see who it is that's taking the screenshot. And that's her stalking. There's Joe right there. Same in the chat right now. Joe also told her, hey, your social security number is on Discord. She told Joe, and Joe has said many times from my platform, when Joe reached out to her and told her her social security number was on Discord, she told Joe that was her social security number. If there are screenshots that are still there that I also have of Nylah telling Bayou, if you need documents in order to obtain the loan, Taz can create them. Why is anybody questioning whether or not he can doctor up receipts? If he can create documents that are good enough to dupe a finance company into giving them a loan that they have no intention of paying back. And yeah, they might be duping the white man, but who pays for that? Somebody has to pay for it. Okay. Another person that knew them for many years. His name is Floyd Hoyt. Okay. He reached out to somebody that the same, like I said, the script doesn't change. The cast does. 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 The And she basically had pulled the same stunt with a woman that she duped out of a wig that had to dispute that with her credit card company. The only thing that's been obscured is the woman's name, the woman's phone number. That's Floyd right there. In January of 2020, reaching out to her, saying, I owe you and others an apology for not speaking up about Nicole years ago. Just discovered how shady she is. The woman is saying, hey, who is this? Oh, hey, Floyd, don't worry about it. Tried to warn you. This is Floyd saying she had everyone fooled. It's crazy the amount of lies she told. Now she recreated a whole new world since she joined YouTube. I feel very bad for defending her. And that's the reason why Cass and JV were in Suge's chat apologizing to Uppity Unicorn. I think we all had that epiphany. We all had that aha moment where we realized that, listen, everybody's not lying on this broad. As a matter of fact, a lot of the shit that they're saying about this broad is actually the truth. And I've been defending this broad. I've been attacking other people on her behalf. And the bitch is a pathological liar. At best, a fucking sociopath. On her best day. Okay? So this is the woman saying, well, I saw through her immediately. But since I wasn't as popular, no one listened to me. Now she's hurt and scammed a lot of people, but I'm glad I removed myself from the madness. And I'm going to find the other screenshot. The woman is saying that she had to dispute the charges with her credit card company. Okay? Give me 1 second. Because Nylah had she had purchased something from Nylah. She never received. She didn't have any intent. She didn't have any intent to give the woman anything. Okay. This is the woman. Thank you for acknowledging. Okay. Basically, she's saying now she's hurt and scammed a lot of people, but I'm glad I removed myself from the madness. Thank you for acknowledging that. And I tried to warn people. She said her and Taz behaved like criminals and she tried to steal from me, but I was smart enough to use my credit card and not my debit card. My credit card company went after her and she backed down. So when somebody said that they were scammers and that they were scamming people on Facebook, nobody was making that up. And here you have the woman saying in her own words, I'm not saying it. The woman is saying Nylah tried to steal from her. And that fortunately, she used her credit card. This is in fucking January of 2020. When Floyd is reaching out to this woman. Why these people are acting like they've never seen these receipts is just mind-blowing me. Okay? And this is Floyd saying, my mind is blown by the things that I am discovering about them. More victims are popping up, and every day is something new. Right now, a friend of mine is trying to find them to serve them paperwork for court. Who is that friend? The Cass life. Basically, he should be saying, meant to say, there's so much going on that's driving me insane. And this is, again, when you're defending somebody that you consider a friend, and the next fucking thing you know, you being bombarded with live stream after live stream, panel after panel. They were holding panels with people exposing them. Did she come out and tell the truth? No, she continued to lie. And then we would get flabbergasted by something. We would get blindsided by something else. Did the bitch tell the truth? No. She sat right on the phone in a conversation I recorded and said she was going to tell me the truth, and the bitch continued to lie. Had I not recorded that conversation, things that she went to her Patreon and lied about, I would have had no proof that I never went. I went to Bayou Bunny on her behalf because I was trying to get you to back down and to fall back so that way she could stop being embarrassed on YouTube. I was trying to basically to have some sort of ceasefire between them two. And she knew that was my only motivation. Nobody communicated with JB and Cass behind her back. She got up. The reason why I brought out the text messages is because she got up here and lied about the shit and said I was communicating with them the whole time, and which she knew was a fucking lie. She knew I was going to communicate with them. I offered to mediate for all of them. I said, we can bring other people in. We can communicate behind the scenes. None of this has to be public. I was trying to help her. And what the bitch did was continue to lie, but she expected me to come out here and lie for her. To continue to lie for her. To say I didn't know these things. And my conscience would not allow me to do that. I could have did like a lot of content creators did and said, well, you know what? Oh, well, I offended this person. Oh, well, I accused this person of this, that, and all the others. So fuck them. I'm just going to go on and act like nothing ever happened. I didn't do that. I felt that it was, I had an obligation to go to the people that I had wronged or offended and apologize to them and to try to make the matter right in any way that I could. The people whose information that I knew that this bitch had, I had an obligation to go to them and say, listen, these are the pictures of your children and of your family members that may be floating around. So should they ever make it out public, I want you to know I'm not the one that did it. And here is my legal name. Whatever course of action you want to take regarding your information being spread around behind the scenes, you're welcome to do that. These hundreds and hundreds of people that they claim that I doxed, you haven't seen a single receipt for that. Anybody I doxed, I own that I doxed them. I did that from the very beginning. I didn't have to be exposed as having a hand in doxing somebody. I came out and admitted who I doxed. I admitted whose information we had obtained, whose information she sent me. That I looked up. So when you think these people want the truth, no, they don't want the truth. They want to be associated and affiliated with a popular YouTuber. They want to be able to hang out in the club, the YouTube club YouTube that never closes. They want to hang out where the murders, the shootings, the stabbings, and the aggravated assaults go down. They want to be on their panels to be seen, and they want to be in their chat rooms. A lot of these women are only looking for dick, and a lot of these men are only looking for a woman that they can use and a woman that's going to send them pussy pictures without it costing them anything. So they don't care about the truth. The truth is right there in front of you. Why do I have to keep going back, pulling out the same fucking receipts, pulling out audio recordings that I don't want to release, but I'm being put in a position where I feel like I have to release? Because the bitch just continues to lie and lie and lie and lie and lie. Nobody has heard the audio recordings in their entirety. Not JV, not Suge, not anybody. Nobody has seen all of my receipts. Nobody. I'm not the one that's refused to move. This broad is the one that has refused to move on. They watch everything I fucking do. And I'm quite frankly, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them fucking stalking me and then going around telling people, I never reached out to this broad. This chick reached out to me and asked to speak to me behind the scenes. I didn't talk to people behind the scenes. I had made that mistake. I want to say at the time that I met her, probably 2 years prior to that. And that was the bitch that took a part in doxing me. So I didn't talk to bitches behind the scene. But I made the exception in her case. A lot of times you'll realize that once you start talking to these chicks behind the scenes, you'll end up cutting off the communication rather quickly because it won't take you long to figure out that they have an agenda, or that they're looking for some information, or that there's a possibility that they could be baiting you or lining you up to talk about another content creator, or to get something that they could use. Good morning, Fashionista. That they could get something that they could use against you to weaponize you. Good morning, Shady. Good morning, Freethinker. Okay. So they're telling you they want the truth. No, they don't. They will actually penalize you for telling the fucking truth. Okay. Did she think I was a horrible person when she was saying things like this? Okay. It's not a lie or something that I'm making up when I'm telling you I was out here taking on grown ass men, multiple men, while this bitch runs around and brags about Taz being a provider, a protector, her impoverished paramour, while he's running around the platform arguing with nerds in the fucking manosphere and women. I have to protect her against men and her platform. Okay. Did she think? So who was it that started calling me the Guerrilla General? Me. And why did they call me that? If I was some bitch that ran from smoke, or if it was any of these broads that had smoke for me, what I said is that I'm not re-beefing with anybody. I'm not giving bitches a rematch that are getting up here telling lies that I can debunk. Now, if people see the receipts and they still want to go back and believe, that'll be on them. Don't say you didn't see the receipts. If they want to belong to the group of people that see content creators doing shit to other people and believe that they're going to be the exception, have the fuck at it. So all of this, oh, I had to, what? Go cloud chase the beef sector. I've loved the beef sector. And like I said, the reason why I showed certain screenshots was to show I've been around. I've been going into the beef sector. I've been watching the beef sector. Unlike a lot of these motherfuckers, I didn't just start going over there into the beef sector. They did. I can go over to the beef sector, hang out in the beef sector, and still come back to my own damn sector. I can support content creators in the beef sector and still stay in my own sector. I'm not trying to infiltrate their sector or change the way they do things in their sector. When I'm in their sector, I respect their house rules. Hey, Kimmy. These people want to create problems. There's no problem. So when I told you that it started out with she and I supposedly on this campaign, this anti-doxing campaign, that's exactly what it was. Okay. As you can see, it's November the 24th, okay, of 2019. And this was the pretense. Hey, Viper Sniper, that she and I started doing collaborations and all that kind of stuff. I didn't start out doxing anybody. I was anti-doxing. As a matter of fact, I got doxed again. Exposing motherfuckers doxing people and fucking with people's families and fucking with people's livelihoods. And when I saw the same motherfuckers that I believed I was protecting, and Kiki, with the same motherfuckers, I'm showing you what this person did. But because this individual has a bigger platform, they can be seen. Mind you, ain't no money going to be exchanged. Because I showed the screenshots of the cash apps. I think I got from this broad the entire time I knew her. People thought I was getting paid for that. No, I was not. What I received from Nylah Says and Taz exclusives the entire time I've known them, including when I went to her Who Gonna Check Me Boo segment. And her numbers went up to 800 because whenever I go to a goddamn platform and start showing my natural black nigga ass, numbers are going to go up. I've never had a problem with doing numbers. I didn't receive a red cent and I didn't ask for a red cent because it wasn't rocket science to me at some point that whatever she was saying her financial status quo was, it wasn't that. I never heard her saying, him and her say, hey, we just got in from a date night. Never saw a photograph of them together out enjoying a dinner. Everything about them in their life revolves around YouTube. When they claimed that they lost all of their belongings in the fires in Mexico, at that time, people did not know that she was actually a neighbor of the Cast Life in Mexico. Do you know that they accepted donations under the pretense that they had moved? They had to leave Mexico because of the fires in Mexico, and they were not affected by the fires. And we know that for a fact because the Cast Life was their neighbor. How were they live streaming if they lost everything that they owned in the fires in Mexico? How were they able to go live? What happened to their equipment? That would have been burned in the fire, right? So what were they able to do? Get everything out of the fire, get their equipment and lost everything else in the fire? That doesn't make logical sense. The money that Nylah raised when she asked for her audience's support, when she told people she was going to sue me, she was going to sue Crystal and Karazin, she was going to sue JV, she was going to sue Suge, she was going to sue Cass. Did she give those people back their money? And has she shown one single receipt that she showed up in anybody's city to file paperwork and account? If she could have filed, I think in Philadelphia, the filing fee of filing to file a civil suit pro se is probably about, I want to say, between 70 and 80 bucks. Are these people, hey, evil auntie, holding them accountable for doing shit like that? That's a scam. If I get up here and say, hey, y'all, I lost everything in the fire, and you find out later on that I wasn't affected by a fire, what the fuck would you be calling me? That's not a scam. If I say, hey, y'all, I'm going to file a lawsuit against Beautiful Soul, Evil Auntie, Wave Principal, and Hanlon Jones, and I need the support of all my subscribers, of other content creators, of all of my moderators, because this is costly. I need to hire attorneys. We need to have our expenses paid, and a year passes by, and you don't see one single receipt of this person ever filing criminal charges or a civil suit against a person. That's not a scam. It is. So the question would be, a lot of people like to make the correlation between Nylah Says being associated with Tasha K. Well, what does that say about Tasha K? If people are coming out accusing Nylah of being a scammer and accused of basically dropping receipts showing that just things, predatory things, like ask a subscriber that she never met before for over $8,000. What does that say about a content creator? I don't care how big a platform is that would openly be associated or affiliated with that. What does that say about them and their brand? It was clear, right? That they may be of that ilk. Why do you think Phil of the Advice Show disassociated from her? Because of her reputation on the platform. A lot of people, including other content creators, that continue to associate with Nylah have some shit to hide themselves. And the same thing that they watched happen to me, JV, Cass, and others, whether that's your family being doxxed or something else. I've shown receipts of what moderators that were still actively modding Nyla's channel has said about her and Taz. That soundbite that I had of Taz being verbally abusive to IGG, that was sent to me by one of the moderators. Don't ever think you're going to be able to depend on these people. To tell you the truth. Okay. So I'm going to be occasionally load up the or occasionally type in the chat the fair audio, the fair use audio. I'm going to put the banner up, and again, I'm going to show you all where I'm getting this from. Okay, and this is protected under fair use for the purpose of commentary, teaching, critiquing, okay, and criticism. So I'm gonna let y'all show y'all where I'm getting this audio from, and to let you know it's an actual video that's about an hour long. Okay, you can see some of the moderators in the chat. Elise is one of the moderators that's in the chat. So clearly, at that point in time, there was a different atmosphere. And at this time, basically, she was able to recruit people as flying monkeys to attack Bayou Bunny. Cass and JV actually went underground for about, I want to say, maybe about 6 or 7 months. So they weren't publicly speaking on the matter. Hey, V-Dub. Let me hold on. Make sure. Gotta put my earphones in so I can be able to hear. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear. If not, I'll stop sharing the screen and just let it play from the back. Hold on. Hold on. Now, hopefully, the audio will come through clearly. Because sometimes, it doesn't. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Shit. Hang on, y'all. I'm still here, y'all. Now, today I'm going to be watching some videos to get better at using Zoom, because I'm really tired of StreamYards. Because at this point, a lot of the glitches should have been resolved, and I just don't believe that they were just it's too glitchy for it to have been going as long as it did. And at $50 a month, which is what I pay for StreamYards. I don't want to pay that kind of money, and then when I go to share my screen, I got to deal with buffering and all that other type of shit. Or every time, and like I said, I have a new computer, so it's why is this? Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on, sorry y'all. Okay.
Okay, and I empathize. That's real, right? But why does all the social media know? Why does all the social media know? Okay, but we're gonna get on to your business. By you, how old are you? By you. I mean, yeah, you look like you have been of legal age to drink for at least 15 years. How old you are. Okay? Are you going to tell us? Are you going to be honest about who you are? Okay? This is not by you. Get them lights up. Okay? You see, y'all motherfuckers here for the bullshit. And if you want the bullshit, you don't have to get my fucking lights up. Hit that motherfucking like button. Basically, let me lie on Nylah some more. Y'all gotta cash at me and buy me some cigarettes just to. Oh, baby, please. And that's the thing. Like, I don't want to be doing this. Unlike her, I can make content out of anything, but fucking with me, big bitch, you're my content today. You're my content today. Mm-hmm. So let's tell how this is what Bayou does to people that are popular, how she latches on to them. You see, there are a few things that I forgot. Oh, and by the way, you know I got your baby daddy number, right? Wouldn't y'all like a guest appearance from Bayou Bunny's Mexican baby daddy on here? Wouldn't y'all like that? Wouldn't you like me to call him up? Wouldn't y'all like that? Wouldn't that be, see, bitches want to play games up in here. But I'm going to tell you and show you that I'm not the bitch to be fucking with. See, Bayou knows this. But she also knows that unlike her, I have a certain amount of decorum. I was raised this way. Gully with the best of them and make you wish you never fucking met.
Hold on, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Why this thing keeps okay, that's her. That's Bayou screenshotting her identification. Why she was doing that during the video, I don't fucking know. But this was actually a live stream that that Nylah had did, and that I don't know why she didn't turn the notifications. She didn't turn the notifications on, or she didn't turn the notifications off. Okay, as she's taking these damn screenshots and doing all of this extra shit.
Your big double wide trailer built ass over there talking about me and my family for months, and I haven't said shit to your stupid ass. You go and collect anybody that you think don't like me, and you gonna talk about I shouldn't have brought your name up. Bitch over here talking about somebody trying to get her attention. Bitch, the only person that's trying to get your attention is Ronald McDonald and the Burger King, and they got it. Okay? You sitting over here on your what? Fourth content creator that you tried to slam and smash so that you could get popularity. Let's talk about them in order by volume. Let's go in order. You know what's so bad, y'all? What's so bad is this. As a matter of fact, hit my motherfucking caption. Okay? You know what's so bad? What's so bad about all of this is I've known for so long, and I just never paid it. I just never put it all together. Yes, BYG, that's her big ass on the thumbnail, and y'all know I've been quiet. I haven't said nothing about her. I don't have to do streams about her. I do what, y'all? I do motherfucking content. But this bitch keep on running my name. So let's rewind back a couple of years. Yes, you do.
So keep in mind, she's talking about a moderator of hers that she asked to borrow over $8,000 a few months before she's making these statements. So what it tells you is that this is what she thought about the chick all along. The other thing I was wondering if any of you picked up on was the fact that she said that Bayou wasn't even legal. She wasn't even of age to legally drink when Nylah first met her. That was Nylah's allegation. Because what she was attempting to do was to shame Bayou for being a teen mother. Because keep in mind, at this time, it had not been exposed that Nylah had 2 children out of wedlock as a teen mom that were not the biological children of her husband. So what she was attempting to do was to shame her for being, one, a single mom, one, a single teen mom. While being one herself. Because one of the things that took place on my platform when Bayou got access, when Bayou found Nylah's old Instagram page, was Nylah as a teen mom.
Look like Marcus. Yes, you do. Let's rewind. Okay? Let's rewind, y'all. So she has a habit. And I'm going to tell you right now, bitch, do not call my phone anymore. And that is a motherfucking order. Don't call my phone. Don't text me. Or I will have baby daddy on the phone. Okay? Because I'm not ever going to unleash my full load on you. But I can. I can do it bit by bit. You take your pick. Because when I stopped, I never fucked with you beyond that bullshit and kept fucking with me. And you sitting up here threatening to put my grandchild's pictures up. We gonna talk about your ass today. So she's got a history of attaching herself to content creators. So let's talk about the first content creators that she attached herself to. The first content creator that she attached herself was somebody named Princella Clark. Do you all know who Princella Clark is? Put a GOAT in the chat if you know who Princella Clark is. She was more popular on Facebook than she was on YouTube. Pretty popular. She's been on Tommy shows and a couple of other people. Princella Clark. Now she's married, just had a baby and all this kind of stuff. Well, Bayou, just like with me, had an unhealthy infatuation with Princella. Yeah, unhealthy infatuation. And again, I did not want to, necessarily connect the dots on this because I'm not a person that's sitting up receiving people because I'm looking for a reason to come up off them, but this bitch is. So she tried to get in with her, right? End up meeting up with her, cooking her some food, and then she said, "What? Princella treated me bad. I took her my daughter with me to meet her, and she treated." Sorry for the dumpy bitch. Okay, so she went on to drag Princella and talk about how Princella was this, Princella that, Princella fucked up. Yeah, she does need to take several seats because it only she needs multiple seats to fit that enormous ass in. Okay, you're right. She needs several fucking seats. So, oh yeah, she does. She is bisexual, but that's besides the point. She's been checked on that before too, because people from her own chat room have told her, "You sound like you got a crush on Nylah." Indeed, she does. But we're gonna walk on down. So Princella was the worst thing that ever happened. But before that, oh, she was big up in Princella. She liked her. She was real talk. She was this. She was that. Sound familiar? She had her back and all that shit. Remember, y'all? You remember that kind of conversation from her? Well, she did that same thing with Princella. So then after that, it was Project I'm Going to Fuck with Princella. So she was running around on social media, up and behind me and China Fox. China Fox first. China, that's your buffalo. You had her first. So then she comes and tells us, Princella this, Princella that, and we just listening because we're not groupies, so we don't run like that, right? The next person is who? Javon Clark. Y'all know Javon Clark? Javon Clark is a Facebook personality. His YouTube didn't seem to take off as much as, and y'all can go get these people if you want to, I don't care. His YouTube, because as a matter of fact, I should have just put John on the phone. Javon Clark on the phone. That's what I should have did. But here's the thing. She started running behind him, popular on social media, right? And let me tell you how manipulative and calculated this motherfucker is. So she travels down to Texas. If you look these people up, look on Facebook, he's very popular. Just put in her name, Javon Clark. I interviewed him a couple years ago, me and Taz and Ren. Very popular on social media, comedian and all that. So she follows them to something down in Texas. So while he's there, and this is how people like her do, unimportant people that don't have family, that don't know the meaning of a family, don't have nothing to lose, this is what they do to you. That's why you have to be careful of the people you bring close to you, because they are only trying to put you in a vulnerable position to fuck you. Thank you, Black Marshall, for the super chat. So she goes down there, and they're at someone's house or whatever, and they sleep. We cooking Bayou Bum Buffalo Bunny for dinner tonight, O'Shea. That's what we cooked up. A big bitch. So she takes pictures of this man while he's sleeping. And you can look kind of fucked up. She takes pictures of him while he's sleeping with his shirt up and his feet dirty and all this kind of stuff. Just stuff that you're just not supposed to show of people, especially when they invite you into their private life. So she did that and started making up a story, which now I'm realizing that she was just making up bullshit. She started making up shit about why.
That's y'all. That's her as she's screen recording, stopping the screen recording and typing. Okay. And I just thought about something. I could actually be showing y'all some of these text messages while I'm actually going through the I want to show you the type of lies that she tells. That clicking that y'all hear is this broad typing while she's screen recording. They get so triggered they can't even get through the damn stream without messaging some damn body else on fucking YouTube that quite frankly don't give a shit about what the person is going through.
Oh, his wife this and why his wife that. This other woman, she want him and he messing around his wife and he's this. I mean, literally just concoct. And this was the guy that was running up behind her. So all of a sudden now, why is she pro-blacks? That was that. But you know, from me and China on social media, she's always been a fucking groupie. To be honest with you, she been a groupie, and which is really funny because you know China is straight up pro-black. Okay. How we want to say. And this was the guys that she was running up behind us. So all of a sudden now, why is she shitting on pro-blacks? Y'all notice that? Between me and her. Between me and China. So then China stopped fucking with her, just started ignoring her. When China started ignoring her, she started really having meltdowns. Oh, it got bad. She really started amping up. Then there was another guy, Sean Scott. Sean Scott was on the rise to being popular. She started slurping him, even though he was a homosexual man. You know, but she was slurping him. And what happened? She couldn't benefit from being up under him. She couldn't benefit from being around him. He kicked her dumb ass to the curb. So I was the last one left, right? And I was always giving this dumb the benefit of the doubt.
And here's something interesting. Now, despite her claiming that she saw this chick do all of these things and experience all of these things, take pictures of somebody while they was sleeping and all types of shit, for whatever reason, she thought that this person that she's talking about was a person that she should borrow and write up a legal contract over $8,000 from. She thought that she should do that. That's predatory. Because if you really believe all of these things about the person, why the fuck would you ask them for money? If you thought all of that shit that you just said was true, why would you entrust this person with your social security number? Listen, y'all, she's calling her a groupie. She's saying she's a junkie. She's letting you know what she thought about her and all of this other shit the whole time. So why the fuck would you ask the bitch for over $8,000? Why would you ask her for a fucking loan? Why would you put yourself in a compromising position where she would have a document in her possession with your social security number on it? The address that you led people to believe was your address, but it wasn't. It was a previous address. It's the same address that the Gaslight picked the car up from. It's basically a straw address. The address that you use so that you don't have to give out your actual address. Now, I forget how they said that they found out that the social security number was not real. But apparently, several people did research on the social security number or on how Chicago gives out social security numbers during the time that she would have been given a social security number. And I don't know the validity of that, What I do know is that she gave me a copy of what she said was her social security number. I can't attest to the validity of it because I've seen screenshots of her telling Bayou that if she needed receipts, Taz could create the receipts. So, as you can see, she claimed to own 4 rental units. Now, at the time, and this is in December, this is December the 1st of 2019. At the time, it wouldn't have made sense to me that a person that had 4 rental properties would need to borrow money. That's what led to, that's what gave, it made it believable that Bayou just offered the money to her. Because it didn't make sense to me. Why would you ask a single mother that drives for Uber for $8,000? Where would you think she got that kind of money from? Did she hit the lottery? Did she get some sort of a legal settlement? Because that's actually what she told me. She told me that Bayou had received a settlement filing a claim against her former employer for sexual harassment. And she told me that that at the time they were preparing to leave from Chicago. And as they were preparing to move from Chicago to Mexico, they were going over their monthly expenses. And she told me that Bayou overheard a conversation of her talking about basically her financial struggles. And she claimed that she offered the money to her. So just like Bayou has had an evolving story, so is Nylah. Because if somebody basically she said that Bayou offered the money and she told her, no, I will borrow the money from you. And so that you can feel comfortable, this is what they're telling me. They'll write up a loan agreement. And keep in mind, y'all, this $8,000 that Nylah was going to borrow from her, she was supposed to get the money back within 30 days. Now you decide whether or not you believe that she ever had any intention of paying Bayou Bunny back that money within 30 days. When the people that she actually got the loan from, she hasn't paid them back a copper penny. I think what happened is the scammer got scammed. And did it become evident to me in the beginning? No, because I didn't have all of the pieces. I had not seen the receipt of where the payment was actually stopped because the bank had the payday loan, the finance company that had approved Bayou for the loan had attempted to deposit the $2,500 that she was approved for. She wasn't approved for the $8,500. And the reason why the amount changed from 85 to 25 is because Bayou says that she told Nylah she was not comfortable with the $8,500 amount, that she could do 2,500. Now, initially, Bayou told people that her bank manager halted the payment. What she didn't tell them is they halted the payment to the prepaid debit card for the account information that Nylah had gave. And when the bank contacted her, she then provided them with her information and the money was deposited. Therefore, the money that Nylah thought she was going to get, she kept the money and basically told Nylah after the fact, something else came up. I'm not going to be able to do it. Nylah started messaging her about the money as she was in Florida recovering from the Brazilian butt lift or whatever it is, the 360 liposuction with ass injections. She was in Florida, and when Bayou saw that Nylah was in Florida, she knows that JV lives in Florida, and they were doing sort of like live streams or talking about going live together. That was actually supposed to be the plan. It was supposed to be Nylah and Taz and JV and her husband going live. They were supposed to have basically they were supposed to have like a lunch date, a double date, a double couple date or something like that the next day. JV had arranged for Nylah to have like body massages and things like that because she works in the capacity of a surgery sister. That's not her profession, but that's what she does on a volunteer basis. To make sure that Black women, that when they come to have cosmetic surgery, they don't go get some they're not going to some sort of pump up party. They're actually having the surgery safely. Okay. So JV has set her up with people to give her body massages and stuff like that after the surgery. Nylah and Taz left Florida without even telling JV that they were leaving. JV found out that they had left because they were on the road, and JV called to check on Nylah and found out that they were driving around. And she was concerned about her because she said, basically, you just had that type of, you're not supposed to be healing in a damn vehicle. So again, I'm showing you this on the screen just to show you that these are the type of lies she told. When she said that she has 4 units on that street, she showed me proof of an insurance card. She didn't show me proof of her owning 4 properties on any street. She showed me proof that her address was the same address that Cass had picked the car up from. That actually was her address. Not proof that she owned 4 properties. But again, at this time, it wouldn't have made sense to me that a woman in this predicament with multiple rental properties, with residual income, in addition to doing YouTube, her and her man, the things that were being said about them borrowing money and all of this kind of stuff, it just didn't add up at that time. I didn't have all of the pieces. And it wouldn't become evident until March of 2020 when the truth started coming out. I'm not certain why she wanted the surgery, Tracy. I do know that she decided to have surgery after Taz got caught creeping with Uppity Unicorn, another YouTuber. After that was exposed. So I don't know why a woman that was in a relationship or that was claiming to be married would think about having liposuction or cosmetic surgery either. So let's finish with recording.
I was getting her for the job. So she, of course, would go windmilling on for me on Facebook and all this kind of stuff. Anybody say something about me or Taz, Bayou Dummy is out the gate, windmilling, you know. And you remember when she came on here, when people was talking shit about me, Suge was doing his bullshit. What was she doing? Literally, you can find video of this bitch crying, talking about how I had been there for her when no one else was. But now all of a sudden I'm the worst bitch on earth, huh? And then fast forward to this bullshit, I'm scamming her. I asked the people with good sense in the chat, how the fuck can somebody scam you if you have not given them any money? But I'm gonna tell you who was trying to get, she was actually trying to scam me. If you want to be honest with it, if the people who were stupid enough to go with that stuff and run that shit, run my name because they have struggle channels just like her that are trying to be built off of me. Think about it.
Yes, Tracy.
She got a video right over there right now. What does the video say? Nylah says, pay for my finance charges. What's so bad is she done got into it with all of the trolls. So if you go to the trolls videos that they've made about her, they've realized if you go through all them videos where she's talking about me, you see that the story develops. It's twists and turns, and now she's trying to drop JB and Cass in it. We see you, dummy. Again, by you, dummy. How old are you? How old were you when you had your mixed baby? How old were you? How old are you now? When did you turn 21, by you, dummy? So again, I asked, the message talking about I need to pay her, I scammed her out of finance charges for something she never gave me. Unless she was trying to scam me all the time. And here's the other scam, because I see y'all over there talking about, help me fix my credit. Help me get to a 700 and 800 credit score like you got. Mr. RJ, where in the fuck are you? Because on her little letter, if you do the calculations, whatever the fuck she did or lying about was at a 26% finance rate. Who the fuck with a 750, 800 credit score getting financed at a rate 26%?
It was actually a loan company, a finance company that she sent Bayou to, that Bayou had to physically go into to apply for the loan. That's Nylah Says in, I believe, San Francisco, in front of the police district, when she came to pick up the car from Cass. Because the reason why Cass gave them back the car is because Taz threatened to report the car as stolen. Now, what Cass did do is what she was legally required to do, which was to reach out to both of them and attempt to renegotiate prior to filing that lawsuit. Although they acknowledged that they got the communication, they ignored the communication. So the only thing that was out there hanging was that he was going to report the car as stolen. So she agreed to meet to give them back the car, and they met at a police station in San Diego, and that is Nylah Says. The interesting thing is that's somewhat of a Freudian slip when she says that Bayou was going to scam her. When it became evident to me that there was information that Bayou was withholding, what I said was a scammer got scammed. So I consider that a bit of a Freudian slip, because she's actually telling you, she's not coming out saying, see, they both can't come out and be 100% honest, because if they did, they would both incriminate themselves. Keep in mind when you're applying for a loan like that from a financial institution, that's a federal crime if you're submitting information that's false, because before they agree to give you the money, before they even start the approval process, they're asking you if the information is true and correct to the best of your ability. If there's a text message with Nylah telling Bayou to state that she makes $50,000 a year, well, that would be incorrect. That would be false. If Nylah is telling Bayou, if you need any documents, Taz can create it. Well, if he creates the documents, what is that? That's not a crime? It is. It's a federal crime. So they both have withheld information because they're both in a predicament where, keep in mind, we're talking about the text communication. We haven't heard any audio recordings. So we don't know what was talked about on the telephone. But when she says that it was Bayou's intent to scam her, well, she kept the money, didn't she? Money that she agreed to loan or to give to her, or to basically get the money and to give it to her. She kept the money.
Chat, if that don't make no damn sense. But see, it's motherfuckers on here that hate so bad that they're willing to overlook that shit. And I'm saying overlook it because you motherfuckers know she was lying. Because as y'all
Right, Joe.
into it, even the trolls start making videos saying she was lying. People that make videos about me talking shit about me realize that your story keeps changing and evolving. The bottom line is, you want it to be popular. You want what I naturally possess. Just like you got on Suge's panel and you said, what? What'd you say, bitch? You said, I want to destroy. You said, I want to destroy Nyla's platform. Bitch, the only thing that you destroy is hamburgers and french fries. You cannot destroy my platform, you dumb bitch. You can't do that. You can't destroy anything. The only thing you did was expose your fucking mental illness. Right. Right. And the people that rock you, they sit around, you expose that. But you can't expose nothing else. So you're trying to scam somebody, but call me a scammer. And I ain't never got shit from you, stupid ass. And then you go on this whole tour crying, talking about how we was like sisters. Bitch, you want to shit on me because you think that's going to make people not fuck with me and fuck with you. No, bum. That's not going to happen. You hold their attention for only so much time. But like I said, bitch, you cried. But even that starts to unravel. Because you lie too much. You make up too much shit. You make up too much shit. Tiara, she know this. Let's talk about the lies that you tell. So this bitch sat up there and said, I made a group on Facebook. Right, Minister Chat. She said, fool, now you know this motherfucker crazy if she up here challenging people to doing full body challenges. You know she's crazy. You know it's something off her rocker. You are built like a deep freezer. You know motherfucking well you don't want to do no full body challenge. Stop it. But see, don't nobody really rock with you for real unless they're telling you this. You don't have enough people around you telling the truth about how stupid you be sounding. Child, I'm in the chat box over on Rude. She in the chat talking about her name holds weight. Do y'all hear me? She on this motherfucker talking about her name carry weight in these streets.
gonna pause for a second, because what you see on the screen right now, and people think that the video that I got of Bomb, where Bomb was naked on Instagram, who do you think sent me that video? Do you think these people haven't seen, in the sector, haven't seen the receipt that it was Nylah who sent me that video? Now, Real Life is Not in Cyberspace has told everybody that the reason why she harbored that resentment for me that didn't come out until I got arrested, right? On an unrelated case, was that I doxed her. Well, there you have, and she's seen this receipt, just to show you that it's bullshit and how they have selective outrage. And whenever it suits their benefit, whenever they believe it'll benefit them, they'll overlook the things that these bitches have done, but try to hold another person's feet to the fire for the same fucking thing. That's Nylah on the screen saying, girl, me too. I done doxed Real Life already. That would have been before I did it. That screenshot is of a video that Bomb had of me on her Instagram, or a picture that she had put of me on her Instagram. And that's Nylah saying, girl, why is this bitch showing her naked ass again? Now, I can't show you the whole picture because, of course, that's Bomb on Instagram showing her backside. That's the stalker. That's the one that's on everybody's IG. Her and China White. Because China White was doing the same thing. I wasn't on Bomb's Instagram. China was. Nylah was. So every time Bomb would go live on Instagram, they would send me. So Bomb might have thought I was on her Instagram, that's how I was getting the pictures that I was putting on my website. But that wasn't how I was getting the pictures. I was getting the pictures from Nylah in China. Right, the bag lady. So again, on April the 1st, Real Life Is Not in Cyberspace was one of the bitches that was in my chat, commending me for exposing what was going on. Real Life Is Not in Cyberspace was one of the bitches that was on Bayou Bunny's panel with Uncle Suge. I said with Uncle Suge, talking about the fact that Nylah was predatory and that she should have never asked Bayou Bunny for that type of money, and that she had nefarious reasons for doing it. But now they're playing in each other's faces like none of this shit ever happened. And because if you weren't around at that time, you don't know that. Yeah, they get to tell you that, oh, well, I don't like this person because of this, and I don't like this person because of that, while they play in the face of the same person, of people that did the same thing. It's selective outrage. It's selective outrage, and it's selective amnesia. Sorry, that's the bitch that's going around telling people that she never doxed anybody. But I told you that these people do not, the Black community does not care about doxing. They only care about doxing when their name is on the fucking docket. They prove that. And the other thing that the people in this sector proved is that everything that I did on April 1st was insane. Because they went right back and played in the face of the person that was doing it. So they don't have a problem with doxing. They don't have a problem with scamming. If you have a problem with scamming, you wouldn't be openly supporting a person that has definitively proved to be a scammer. Nobody in her chat room asked her, hey, whatever happened to those cases you were going to file that people donated money for you to go from state to state and file lawsuits against the people that you listed, as she doxed everybody in a chat room full of a couple of hundred people. They have yet to say, Nylah, what happened to those cases? They've yet to say, what about, why did you tell us that you never doxed anybody? Why did you blame Cluster for all of the doxing when it was actually you? That bitch, when I told y'all that bitch doxed more people than I did, she gave me information. I looked the information up. I would not have been able to do that because she is the one that had the pre-existing relationship with the people. Some of these people I didn't fucking know. And what I did say is that she started doxing people without fucking rhyme or reason. It was not a justifiable reason to dox somebody to me just because you saw them in somebody's chat room or because you saw them on a panel. These were not just subscribers. These were other content creators and even her moderators as they were fucking moderating her channel. When it came to me and JV, oh, we had to show receipts for everything. Even when we showed the receipts, that wasn't good enough. So therefore, they weren't interested in the truth. They were interested in clout chasing and being strategically aligned with a bigger YouTuber. That's it, point blank, period.
She said that. I don't doubt it. She said, told Ruth, I'm about to go live and kill your numbers. But see, that's because the lightweight attention that dumb motherfuckers like her get from talking about people like me, it gives them an air of false popularity, right? It makes them feel like they in. It makes them feel like we equal. And part of that comes from the fact that some of the people that are in my chat will be in her chat. So in her mind, oh,
I'm sorry, y'all. Jazz Injustice, Tonya TKO is full of shit. Okay? Tonya TKO was sent a copy of Taz's criminal history of domestic violence. So she's full of shit. I told you these content creators play YouTube politics. Hey, Cocoa Puff.
I'm like Nylah. I'm a content creator like Nylah. Me and Nylah the same. Bitch said her name carry weight. Bitch, you carry weight. You carry about 400 pounds. But I don't know about your word because your words and they're flawed. They're flawed. She literally set her ass up and said she had killed my platform. Do y'all hear me? This big barrel built bitch said she killed my platform, and you got people in your chat room that don't have the decency to tell you the truth about yourself. The only thing you have ever killed was buffet tables. You cannot kill my platform. You can't. And so she'll sit up there and cry and make you dumb motherfuckers feel sorry for her. But I see through that bitch. I see through her. Sitting over there just making up lie after lie. And while lying, sitting up there begging for cigarette money. Like, you're not embarrassed. You have a small child. Well, not small, but like you have a child that's not even in college yet. You already got a fucked up ass reputation in the town, the small shitty ass town y'all live in. But you want to fuck up your internet reputation? You want to do that too? You want to do that shit too? Really?
Hey, STL.
That false sense of popularity that they get, just like Suge thought he was getting popular, or people were starting to fuck with him because of him talking shit about us. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Every time it pauses like that, I don't know why it's stopping like that. I guess she's pausing to look at the chat, but you can literally like see the screen recording. And this is a chat room of over 400 people. So it's not like nobody. Keep in mind, y'all. Hey, Pink Lady. Hey, Angie M. Woodard. So you can see all. It's not like people didn't see this shit. It's not like I'm the only person that heard this shit. You got over 400 and something people. Just like Taz started putting their subscribers' name in the titles and started attacking their subscribers for supporting me. They started attacking their former moderators and their subscribers. Yes, Blackberry babes, they started attacking. I'm quite sure if I go through my Google photos, I have the screenshots of Taz putting their names in the titles and attacking their subscribers and attacking their moderators because they were in my chat. Because they didn't just ignore the receipts that was being put out. Trying to figure out. Hold on, y'all. Let's see who this is. This is my daughter, y'all. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Send her a text. I know. About the close. I'll be back a little bit later on, though, y'all. Stop sharing. I just wanted to show y'all that that's still that same recording. And that's how many people were in the chat and listening to her say the shit that she was saying. So every time you see it pause, whether she was, why she was, I don't know what was going on. But it was a screen recording from Nyla's channel. Whose channel got flagged? Whose main channel got flagged? Okay, hold on. Hold on.
You over here talking about y'all don't want dainty by you. You do not have the ability to be dainty. 600-pound bitches can't be dainty. You can't. There's nothing you can do to be dainty. Look the word up, dummy. Like, you have made up in your mind that you're somebody that
engage with you in your own learning style.
Challenging people to body contests. Going over there telling people, I'm pretty. My weight fluctuates, baby. No, I'm going to tell you what weight fluctuation is. My weight fluctuates. That's between 5 and 8 pounds. That's weight fluctuation. Between 350 pounds and 450 pounds, that's not weight fluctuation, dear. That's not what that is. But because you have people sitting around you not being honest with you, Nyla's gonna be honest with you today. You need to be checking your cholesterol, your heart rate, your blood sugar, your blood pressure. You got so much more shit that you need to be worrying about than worrying about what Nyla doing over here. Yeah, he gassed her up with that fake confidence.
I want to say approximately maybe hold on. Let me see if I can get the date. I want to say this was probably, I want to say maybe about June or July of 2019. Around about that. Around about June, or it could have been later. And I'm just estimating. I saw it after the fact because at that time I wasn't rocking with her like that. So I saw it quite some time after the fact, but I'm just estimating. I believe it was based on what was going on. Hey, eBay Cancer, I believe it was maybe about June or July of 2019.
You don't shut your ass up. No, I'm gonna tell you what weight fluctuation is. My weight fluctuates. That's between 5 and 8 pounds. That's weight fluctuation. Between 350 pounds and 450 pounds, that's not weight fluctuation, dear. That's not what that is. But because you have people sitting around you not being honest with you, Nyla's gonna be honest with you today. You need to be checking your cholesterol, your heart rate, your blood sugar, your blood pressure. You got so much more shit that you need to be worrying about than worrying about what Nyla doing over here. Yeah, he gassed her up with that fake confidence. He did. He gassed her up good, and now she's literally trying to be just some crazy ass, like, girl, if you don't shut your ass up, sit down. But see, that old saying that people have about how, like, when you lick a puppy or whatever, you play with a puppy, they'll lick your face. That's the equivalent. She had no business in my sphere. I had no business talking to someone like her. Number one, because of her age. But I didn't know that. Well, maybe 450. Maybe 4. You saw the thumbnail, O'Shea. You saw, like, and I can get it up to date. This motherfucker, your arms are the size of my thighs. Your arms are the size of my thighs. Like, clearly, you have other shit to do other than talk about me. I'm your idol. Number one, if we're being honest about it, and y'all ain't gonna like that shit, but bitch, you know it. I'm your fucking idol. I'm what you want to be. How old are you? Bayou? How old were you? Because see, the conversation that Taz was trying to have about protecting young girls, somebody needed to have protected you, right, Bayou? Huh? Somebody needed to be protecting you back in 2007. Somebody should have protected you, right? You didn't have no business having a baby back then, Bayou. You need protection. Except that you make sure your heart was intact. Not even close. Were you even 13 yet? Are you running around talking shit about me and my family? You sitting up here having babies by meth addicted, nothing having Mexican dudes who marry white women? Are you like, are like, let's talk about it. He couldn't even marry. He couldn't even marry a white woman. You are talking about, I'm keeping my options open. Bitch, the only options you be having open is deep fried or grilled. Stop. Stop. You sit up there on that thing acting like somebody really checking for you. Ain't nobody checking for you. Buffalo butt, Bookman from Good Times. Ain't nobody checking for you. But see, you can't convince like, dude, they sit their stupid asses up there and act like they don't see what it is. Y'all want to talk about somebody disrespectful. She cussing y'all out if y'all don't cash out her. Make her cowbell ring. Make her cowbell ring. Girl. And don't think for 5 minutes that I didn't unloaded my full arsenal, because I haven't. I got something special for you. By you. Keep fucking with me. There's a reason why I did not do this. I didn't want to do you like this, but you bitches be pushing my fucking buttons. You be begging for my attention, and now that you got it, you want to be calling my phone, telling me, you gonna threaten me? Bitch, you gonna threaten me? I'm very proud of my granddaughter. Okay? Very proud of her. She's very beautiful. So you talking about you gonna put up her foot, but then let's talk about it. Because see, there's a psychological issue. You know, and this has been verified in many psychological books. And we know that you go both ways. And we know people like that have a propensity to not care about and protect children from sexual deviance. So they don't mind putting children on display. Just like they don't mind bringing 19-year-old boys in the house with them to screw and get high while they got teenage daughters. Is that why you can put my grandchild's picture up with hardly no all the pictures you have?
Now, hopefully y'all caught that. Because what she tried to imply is that people that are bisexual are somehow, they have the propensity to not protect children when it comes to children being violated sexually. I'm going to run that back a little bit. I want you to listen to carefully to what she's saying or what she's implying.
Stop. You sit up there on that thing acting like somebody really checking for you. Ain't nobody checking for you. Buffalo butt, Bookman from Good Times. Ain't nobody checking for you. But see, you can't convince like, dude, they sit their stupid asses up there and act like they don't see what it is. Y'all want to talk about somebody disrespectful. She cussing y'all out if y'all don't cash out her. Make her cowbell ring. Make her cowbell ring. Girl. And don't think for 5 minutes that I didn't unloaded my full arsenal, because I haven't. I got something special for you. By you. Keep fucking with me. There's a reason why I did not do this. I didn't want to do you like this, but you bitches be pushing my fucking buttons. You be begging for my attention, and now that you got it, you want to be calling my phone, telling me, you gonna threaten me? Bitch, you gonna threaten me? I'm very proud of my granddaughter. Okay? Very proud of her. She's very beautiful. So you talking about you gonna put up her foot, but then let's talk about it. Because see, there's a psychological issue. You know, and this has been verified in many psychological books. And we know that you go both ways. And we know people like that have the propensity to not care about and protect children from sexual deviance. So they don't mind putting children on display. Just like they don't mind bringing 19-year-old boys in the house with them to screw and get high while they got teenage daughters. Is that why you can put my grandchild's picture up with hardly all the pictures you have of my grandchild? You put up a picture of her when she got on no clothes, and you think that's cool? Just because you can find these bitch ass niggas in the back that don't matter to nobody but themselves, and not even you a couple of months ago, to not say that you wrong for that, just because they hate me so much, you go and try to build an audience off of that and put that baby up there and then threaten me with doing it again. Listen, Auntie Wanda, ain't nobody abused this hoe, but she is on medic, she is on anti-psych meds, and I don't like to shit on people that take them because hey, people need their shit. I feel they should have it. But if you know it's something wrong with you, you know you on them pills, you need to move like you're on the pills. Move.
Keep in mind, her daughter is a lesbian. Her daughter is not a bisexual. Her daughter is openly gay in a relationship with a white woman. She's been in relationships with several white women. It's interestingly enough that she's all Miss Pro-Black and all. But her grandchild that she's referring to is mixed. While she sits up there and mocks somebody else for having a biracial child. Her son, she told me that her son abandoned his white fiance abandoned his black fiance for a white chick on his job. That's what she told me. The reason why the son had to go get custody of the granddaughter is because the mother was addicted to meth. That's not the white woman that he left the black fiance for at his job. The grandchild's mother was a meth addict. She told me that herself. Hey, Treese. And as you all can see, that's Miss I never doxed anybody on the screen again, talking about Rude, who she gave my information regarding both my spouses, my current spouse and my former spouse, and the father of my children. Nylah is the one who gave that information to Rude, and Rude put that information out. She's the only one who had that information. There was no connection on social media, including reverse lookups on previous addresses, that would have ever connected the father of my children, my first husband, and my second husband. Nylah was able to do that because during the time that I was trying to help her hide her information from public searches and such, when I searched my legal name on Google, I sent her screenshots of the information that came up regarding my family. When I searched my legal name, nobody else had ever been given that information but her. So she is the one that gave Rude that information in order to put my information out. Now, the reason why she wanted Rude to be doxxed is because Rude was exposing the nature of the relationship. Rude was bringing Uppity Unicorn onto his platform to expose Taz and the nature of the relationship between her and Taz. And at that time, Rude was attacking both Nylah and Taz and their platform. And China White was feeding Rude information. Well, basically, she knew and was feeding Rude information so that he could be able to attack their platform. There were things that I told China in the utmost confidence, and I asked her not to say anything because I was afraid that Nylah would dox JV and Cass if she said anything. China fed that information to Rude. And one night when Rude was on O'Shea's panel, and him and Taz were going at it, there were things that Rude said that I know that he only had to get from China. So it became evident to me that she didn't keep the confidence that the confidence that she swore me to. And that's the truth. Did I just say that to her on the phone? Please don't say anything because I think Nylah will dox JV and Cass. If you say anything, well, I said that to her in the text message as well. I said the same thing to Rhea Black by Design. That the information that I knew about, you can't say anything about it because if you do, I'm afraid that Nylah would dox them. And nonetheless, China White was feeding that information to Rude so that Rude would be able to more strategically attack Taz. There's a the day that everything hit the fan, the day before I recorded that conversation with Nylah. Okay, I was actually listening to multiple streams, and for whatever reason, I had my recorder so you can hear all of these different damn recordings going on. I'm trying to record the streams in case they take them down. So I was recording the stream that Fantastic was having. At the same time, I'm messaging Nylah in the back chat, giving her up-to-date, communication with what's going on and what's coming to my attention. I'm asking her, are you being sued? The bitch is lying, telling me no. That same day, Rude and Uppity Unicorn were trying to get on Nyla's platform. And Nylah and Taz refused to let them on the platform. China contacted me and told me that Rude and Uppity were backstage. I then messaged Nylah and said, listen, Rude and Uppity are backstage. You're going to have to let them on the platform or it's going to seem like you hiding something. Or that you don't want to confront the situation. She said, I told them if they turn their camera on, she'll let them onto the platform. That's what she told me in a back chat message. At the same time, information is coming out about this lawsuit from Fantastic's platform. And as I'm recording Fantastic's live stream, who calls me other than China White? And she's talking cash shit about Nylah and Taz. So she was 100% riding with Rude as he attacked their fucking platform. So although people might be impressed with this fake fugazi shit they see, I'm not. They're playing YouTube politics and doing whatever they have to do publicly to save face. I've told you, these people are not, they're not, they don't live in reality. This is their little fantasy here, where they're make believe celebrities. I say I'm a cyber rock star for banter. These motherfuckers actually believe that they're celebrities. But when you look at their name on YouTube, you don't see a check next to their name. That will confirm that you are actually a public figure, that you're actually some, that you hold some sort of rank or something. You don't have a check next to your name on Instagram. You don't have a check next to your name on Twitter. And you don't have a check next to your name on fucking YouTube. They actually believe they're celebrities. And that other smaller YouTubers are just fans and groupies. Well, a lot of them act like fans and groupies. Now, was Rude privy to that before he made the decision to put my information out? He absolutely the fuck was. He absolutely was. Okay, y'all. So as I finish up this with this audio, y'all, I'm going to close. When I come back, I'll play that it, and that'll be I'm going to let, I'm not editing anything out. I'm going to let the whole recording fucking play. Whatever is right, Canlin. She was calling people underlings. So it's interesting now to see her around here in these smaller content creators chat rooms. And why do you think she's there? She's there to recruit minions and flying monkeys that'll windmill blindly for her. Because that's what she was calling smaller content creators, underlings. And until Suge started exposing her, that's what she was calling smaller content creators. Okay? Hey, viewers of you. Right. We are regular damn people on YouTube.
Like that shit. Okay? She's on stuff like that, and so is her child. And that is why I am telling you, she has too much time on her hands. Because if I had a child with that many problems, especially this.
And I want y'all to understand that, mind you, she just acknowledged that that was a child, right? And what the narrative that she spread was that Bayou Bunny's daughter was suicidal over a lesbian relationship she had with another little white girl, a little white girl at her school. Now, whether or not that's the case, to me is irrelevant. Why was that anybody's business? And keep in mind, I just showed you there's a chat room full of over 400 people. Whose fucking business is it that her child is on prescription medication? It doesn't matter what the fuck the child is on prescription medication for. But here you have your community fucking activists. These are the motherfuckers that are down there reporting on Polite. Now, the interesting thing is, Bayou's daughter is the same age, or around about the same age, that the alleged victim in the Polite case is. I've said before, they're no advocates for the community. And mind you, you already heard Taz in the background. So you know that he's there and is able to hear everything that this bitch is saying. So when it's said and done, where does he interject and say, hey, kids are off limits? Don't talk about our kid. But again, she's making fun of a child that she's claiming is on medication. But this bitch is running around here acting like she's some fucking victim. And that people are just attacking her for no reason because she's a fucking celebrity. Everybody wants to be her and everybody wants to be jealous of her fucking everybody's jealous of her fucking platform. And I suppose everybody is jealous of that wolf pussy too. And the whole time that she's talking, 6 figures, she's talking all of this shit with that same goddamn wolf pussy as she recovers from this goddamn surgery.
Still a minor child. They got to go to therapy several times a week. They got to go through all of this stuff. They got to take medication. You damn sure bet I wouldn't be on YouTube acting a fool for cigarette money. For people that ain't done shit to you. But see, it makes for good YouTube fodder to get up there and lie on people. Nylah scammed me. Why you fuck niggas don't... Why y'all couldn't tell her to prove that she gave me some money? And she told y'all. And then she took it back. She keeps lying and then taking it back. She told y'all she ain't never gave me nothing, but then wanted me to pay for something that I didn't get. She's trying to scam me, and y'all running shit with my name in it. Because y'all are fucked up. Leo Anthony says the funny thing is Bayou went off on Nylah because she saw her on JB live stream. Assumed they were talking shit about her. They were talking about being done with YouTube drama, not her. And that happens every fucking time. That's what happens every fucking time. She always thinks somebody talking about her. And see, the people that be dick riding on the strength of it gives them a thrill to talk shit about me and because they want bad shit to happen to me and stuff, those motherfuckers, they not gonna be honest and tell. But let me tell you what this bitch do, because several people have told me she's done this to them. Was anybody saying something to me in the back chat? Did anybody talk about me? Did anybody say anything? What they say about me? And then the bitch act like she be lightweight mad because nobody's talking about her. Right. She claimed that right. Well, see, that number moved and moved and moved. Yes, she's paranoid. Yes, she's paranoid. That shit that JB was not talking about her. But this is the thing. She talks about women that she goes after most. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I know her and some more lonely, depressed prostitute assholes on YouTube. I don't give a fuck about them relevant bitches. I don't give a fuck. But see, when y'all gonna be honest with her? This elusive back chat, bro, it's in her mind. But see, it started way before here because she knew that me and Red and our close friends used to be in messages and we used to talk. But the shit that we would talk about was the shit that we talk about here on YouTube. History, politics, that's what we talk about every day. This is really who the fuck we are. So she would always ask me, can you put me in some boxes? Can you put me in some, like, bitch, get a life. Why you don't have no chat boxes? Why are you always trying to hang on to somebody else? Why are you always trying to hang on to somebody else? Always walking around talking about something.
It's probably about it's actually probably about 24 more minutes left. I'm going to go have some lunch, y'all. And when I told y'all the straw that broke the camel's back was when it came to my attention that she had given the name of Nate Wilson. What if you need proof, if you need further proof, I'm certain I'm not certain what are you asking? What are you asking? I don't have your email. Okay, I'll put it on the screen. I showed receipts of Nylah. If you read Ball It Back, I showed receipts of Nylah scamming people from Facebook. A woman that she actually tried to scam, but the woman was able to successfully get her credit card company to advocate to get her funds back. Hold on for a second. Okay, this is my email right here. I have two email addresses. One is for urgent email and the other. And you remember I told y'all, I said that people were asking, she was claiming that she didn't do it. Not only did I see her, I was there and I saw her tell Super Sly she would send him the name of an alleged sexual assault victim. And she sat right in my face and lied and said, I didn't give her name. I just said she's a YouTuber. She's young and she used to mod his channel. No, she didn't. And do you know how I know she didn't? Because I got the emails that he sent the YouTuber. While she's running around here pretending to be some damn victim, her and Taz were running around labeling people pedophiles and rapists, even if that wasn't something applicable, in order to get revenge against Taz's enemies. That's the reason why Obsidian stopped. That's why Obsidian stopped going to Ren from the Neutral Zones platform, because of Taz calling him a pedophile. Because they were talking about dating younger women. And he sent Ren an email that somebody sent Bayou Bunny a copy of, and she read it from her platform, with him respectfully telling Ren from the Neutral Zone that he thought that she had potential, but that because of Taz, he could not continue to support her platform, or that him and his people would not be going to her platform. So as people are messaging me saying, hey, listen, why did she give him her name? I'm saying, to her, listen, people are hitting me up, asking me, why did you give her your name? Why did you give Super Sly, somebody who is hardcore manosphere, Why would you give him her name? And she sat right there and lied and told me that she didn't do it. This is the personification of gaslighting, because you see the person doing something. In this particular live stream, Super Sly was calling out Game Changer on these allegations. She did give him her name because he emailed her. She gave him the name during the live stream because when she emailed him, clearly she had given him her name. So it was never about these aren't motherfuckers that are interested in some victim in victims or protecting victims. It doesn't matter whether it's sexual assault, childhood sexual trauma. It doesn't matter what it is. They can't claim that they're about that when they support people. What was the first thing that Rude said? He made comments about my stepfather ejaculating on my face. Where were they when he said those comments? They were right there in his chat room. So you can't support people that do that. And mind you, this was after they had given him my fucking information regarding my spouses to put out there, right? Even though he saw proof that she wanted him doxxed because he was exposing her. So I'm not impressed by none of the shit that's going on. How the fuck are you an advocate for victims of domestic violence when you're with a nigga that has a history of domestic violence? Hold on for a second. And I actually have his record of goddamn domestic violence. So that, you know, these motherfuckers fake. They're fake and phony as fuck. Okay? Don't care about domestic violence. They care about sexual assault. It's all content. Okay? It's all content and clout chasing to get attention for themselves and their platform. Point blank, period. Okay? That's about as deep as it goes. And like I said, Tonya TKO is about as fucking phony as the fuck it can get, because Tonya TKO was emailed regarding and sent Taz's criminal history before she exposed her audience to him. And it didn't stop the bitch from collaborating, because at that point they're playing YouTube politics. Once you realize that that's what the majority of these motherfuckers do, you won't be that invested. It won't shock. Hey, Soap and Wash. It won't shock and surprise you. Okay. Six Figures, can you start dropping the links to the other content creators that came into the chat, and anybody that shared the live stream? Can you drop the link to their channels, please? I'm gonna get ready to close out and go have me some lunch. When I come back, I'll finish the rest of that recording and then go into the audio recording. That's about 3 hours long. I'm going to put it on and just let it play, and whatever is on it is what's on it. Okay, I have other audio recordings that were recorded after that. Okay, whatever's on the recordings is just going to play. I don't do any editing and blotching this out. I don't go through all of that. Okay, it is what it is. If I said it, that's just what it was at that time. Okay. But hold on. This may actually be it. Give me 1 second. No, that's something else. Yeah, I have to go through my other email and get it. But at the end of the day, this is the bitch that's under different troll accounts coming into my chat room and shit, coming under my videos and shit, leaving comments about my wig. That's all this bitch does is troll and stalk. And talk shit about other people. She don't have a goddamn explanation on the green goddamn sun. Okay? She don't have an explanation under God's green sun as to why that wig looks the way that it does. But she's always under some goddamn troll account talking shit about what I look like when I come on camera. And you know that ain't all the pictures. Thank you, Reed. You already know that ain't all the pictures, ho. We're going to show what you look like up close and personal with your goddamn makeup on. Your drawn on eyebrows and shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, that whole know I got, listen, let me tell you something. I told you between her and China White, and mind you, I'm going to show y'all them unedited. Everybody knows I don't do all that editing and shit. I'm going to show you the whole screenshot in chronological order so that you can see ain't no goddamn body edited, no picture, no China White. Between these two bitches, I probably got 20 fucking privacy complaints. Because that's what they were doing to get the videos taken down. And guess what? I'm going to show you proof that that's what they did. Because when you file a privacy complaint, when YouTube contacts you, they give you the minute mark so that they give you the option to edit the thumbnail, to edit whatever wherever the alleged privacy violation is occurring. They give you the opportunity to basically to edit it or to remove the video. And when you go to those goddamn minute marks, that's how it's evident who filed the privacy complaint. And mind you, this is all the result of this broad not being able to move on with her life. I moved on with my goddamn life. Okay? She's the one who can't move on with her life. Okay? All she does is go around troll under different goddamn troll accounts. Okay? And stalk people, but claim that she's stalked because, after all, she's such the fucking celebrity. Now I want the bitch to continue to lie about her man's fucking criminal history, because that's going to come out too, since they had themselves such a slap happy time with my goddamn criminal history, putting out all my fucking information and my family's information. Okay? I want her to continue to lie, and we're still waiting for those two. We're still waiting for the proof that those kidnapping charges, okay, were not the result of domestic violence, even though the charges are linked with domestic violence. They're charged at the same date, in the same goddamn time, in the same county. got the same record number, but they not associated. This former drug mule that accused me of being a fucking drug mule actually went to prison for being a drug mule. So I'm trying to understand, at what point does he become a domestic violence advocate? After which ass whooping did he become a domestic violence advocate? After which ass whooping? So again, the people that are telling you, they're talking about my history, calling me a drug dealer. What's that? See, but what was supposed to happen is that folks were supposed to give him a pass on his criminal history. But let's talk about Cluster's criminal history. But ignore mine's, but let's talk about hers. Uh-huh. And no, you were found guilty. Unauthorized use of property. What's that? Well, where I come from, that's called stealing. That means you're using somebody's shit without their permission. It's like if you take somebody's vehicle and they didn't give you consent to use it. Yeah, that's kind of like what that is. What about those charges? Hey, Brandy. I'm sorry. That's a guilty charge. Now, mind you, these are the motherfuckers that want to talk about me, my criminal history, and my family's criminal history. What about yours? I'm just trying to figure out, at what point am I lying? At what point are the lies? Where am I making up lies on this dude? Where are the lies coming from? Persistent disorderly conduct. Guilty. You're not talking about cases dismissed. You're talking about convictions. Okay? Possession of drugs. Dismissed. And mind you, a lot of what comes out of these motherfuckers' mouths is sheer projection. Because here's the thing. This says this is a drug case. It's dismissed. The prosecutor's request. Oh, that could mean one of a couple of things. Because sometimes prosecutors dismiss cases. That right here is what you call a record of a prosecutor favoring for a defendant. Why would a prosecutor do that? The person that has a history of drug charges. But again, they'll tell you any motherfucking thing if they think that you'll motherfucking believe it. Okay? Again, another disorderly goddamn conduct, or disorderly conduct, guilty. So you're not, again, but pay no attention to my criminal history. Let's talk about Cluster's criminal history. What is it with these niggas and this noise? And again, we scroll down. Resisting arrest. But let's talk about Cluster's criminal history. Let's talk about Cluster being a felon. And here again, The disposition of the case is dismissed at the prosecutor's request. In this instance, regarding the second degree misdemeanor for resisting arrest, he was found not guilty. These are all the same cases because of the I could tell you the same case because of the number. I'm sorry, because of the case number. Okay, now this is a completely different case of disorderly conduct. The case numbers are not the same. But again, pay no attention to Taz Exclusive's criminal history. Pay no attention to Nylah Says' criminal history, and let's talk about Cluster's criminal history. Let's talk about Cluster's son's criminal history. I'm sorry, that's the second guilty verdict. A criminal charge of theft. But again, and I hate to be redundant, but that's the way that they sound. Constantly bringing up my criminal history as if they don't have one. Found not guilty. Nonetheless charged with theft, misdemeanor theft in Columbus, Ohio. Okay? Now, here's something interesting. Why did Nylah Says elaborate on this? While they're talking about Brother Polite giving alcohol allegedly and sexually assaulting a teenager, well, here Taz is charged with sale of alcohol to minors, and the charge was dismissed, right? Now, when he was asked what circumstance that was, it's either one of two things. Either you purchased alcohol for a minor knowingly, which is why they charged you with it. And see, you won't be able to get me with the, oh, that was dismissed bullshit. Because the fact of the matter is the cases that I beat at the end of the day, fortunately, because of double jeopardy, a lot of things I was guilty of. So I'm sorry, I'm not going. So that says one or two things to me. Either you knowingly purchased alcohol for a fucking minor. The circumstance that you allege that you committed this offense, you admitted yourself. He admitted himself that he said he was working in a store and sold alcohol to an underage Caucasian girl, which I find quite interesting because what they would have done is find the store owner. They wouldn't have arrested an employee that was working in the store unless the employee knowingly sold the alcohol minor, sold the minor alcohol. Possession of marijuana. They basically issued a summons. So that was a small amount of cannabis. Disorderly conduct. What happens in this instance, y'all, this is the third disorderly conduct. Well, he pled no contest. Trafficking marijuana. Okay, again, there are no trafficking drug charges on my record. So here are the ones that are talking about Cluster being a drug dealer. And what do we have on Shannon on Mr. Allen's record? Well, we have drug trafficking, and it's dismissed. And I find that quite interesting. People are expected to be responsible, but they can't do things like keep their licensing and their tags and shit like that up on their goddamn vehicles. What's that? Mm-hmm. Domestic violence charge. And again, I'm not impressed with the outcome of the case, because we all know that women don't come to court, and that when they make up with their baby daddy, their husbands, their boyfriends, or whatever, they don't come to court, and the prosecutor has no other choice but to drop the charges. So people can continue to act like they're dumb and don't know what the fuck is going on all they want. Now, here again, okay, you're charged with trafficking in crack cocaine. These are the people that are telling you that I'm a drug dealer. Right, Treese. He admitted giving the alcohol to a minor white child. But again, because it was a white child, that was okay. And I want y'all to think about the people that have heard this shit and act like they didn't hear it. Was he trafficking crack cocaine? He pled guilty to it. He pled guilty to a goddamn reduced charge. Okay? So these are the motherfuckers that are calling me a fucking felon. That's a felony conviction that he pled guilty to for trafficking crack cocaine. When that bitch got up there on her platform and asked for the support from her audience and from people so that she can go state to state and talk about, and file charges and file civil suits and hire attorneys, do you think this bitch didn't know the whole goddamn time that she was up there telling that a chat room full of fucking people that I was a fucking drug dealer? This motherfucker this motherfucker had a similar history, but ignore his and focus on mine. Trespassing. Another disorderly conduct. Now, did he ever go to the Department of Corrections? Yes. What did he go to the Department of Corrections for? Right? Drug trafficking, i.e., being a fucking drug mule. That means that he was not the plug. He was trafficking cocaine for a plug and got caught doing it and pled guilty to avoid a stiffer penalty. Point blank, period. Tonya TKO was sent this exact same record and continued to do collaborations with him. released. That means that he did his time in state prison in the Department of Corrections. Everybody that likes to make fun of the goddamn DOC. This is Nyla's knight in shining aluminum foil here. This is her protector, her po-ass motherfucking paramour. Again, so the question would be, why the fuck is Nylah poking and poking and poking and poking? Why are they taking preemptive strikes when I don't even mention this bitch? They do this shit every time my platform experiences a growth spurt. Okay? Three counts of trafficking cocaine. Here's the other thing. Now, the interesting thing is, like I said, that's a bunch of bullshit. He did not kidnap any white dudes. Had he kidnapped white dudes, his ass would be in prison for the remainder of his natural black ass life. He didn't kidnap any goddamn dudes and take them from fucking Ohio to fucking Florida. On the same goddamn day that he's charged with other domestic violence related charges. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, at some point, the shit becomes laughable. Listen, if they like it, I love it. Okay? Now, where was the crime location at? In fucking Florida. Again, I want y'all to see this. The offense was kidnapping. That's the offense code. It's an F1 felony, right? This is the case number. He had to spend time in the Department of Corrections. And what happened? He was sentenced for it. Again, child, listen. Domestic violence charge dismissed at the prosecutor request. Yes, the prosecutor will request for charges to be dismissed if they don't have a cooperating witness. Okay? Now, public intoxication. Guilty. Domestic violence. Domestic violence. Not guilty, dismissed, prosecutor request. Okay? This is a guilty plea, guilty, convicted by plea. This is a no contest. This is pretty much a bunch of this is like repeating charges. So these have the same same numbers. another charge of kidnapping that was charged in Ohio. Now, what could have happened is that Ohio may have dismissed the case because the case was being tried in another state. So make these people show you damn receipts. Make them show you the receipts. To substantiate what the fuck they saying. Don't just let them tell you that they innocent, that they ain't done nothing. They want everybody else to be accountable for their shit. They want you to hold me accountable for my criminal history, right? They want you to punish me for my damn criminal history, okay? But they should be excused. They should be, granted some sort of immunity because of the immunity for theirs, while they judge somebody else on their shit. Okay. So y'all, I'm gonna get ready to go having some lunch. I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later on. Thank you all for coming through. I appreciate you. Okay. And I'm gonna go have me some lunch and maybe take me a little nap, and I'll be back a little bit later on with the remainder of the audio. Okay. Until then, peace.